Hi, it's Allison again. I'm on another haunted road trip. I'm here in Oz Park in Chicago, Illinois. And this is where in April, a young Lincoln Park neighborhood resident was walking her dog in the early evening hours. And we're going to retrace her steps and talk about where she exactly spotted Mothman and give you an idea of what the trees look like in the surrounding area. So please follow me and we'll retrace the steps of the witness. So she was coming down here, and she was to the side of the Emerald City Garden here. This is called Oz Park because there's all kinds of statues. There's the statue of Dorothy just down there, and we saw Tin Man at the other corner. And so she's coming down this way, and then she turns through here, going towards, you might be able to hear them, the basketball courts. And she said all of this time her dog, which is a Jack Russell Terrier and really loves coming to the park, was just giving her no end of trouble, really like straining against the leash and trying to get away. And she thought that was really unusual, but she just kept pulling him along. And then she started to approach this area coming up. You can see it lighted just beyond the trees. So she approached what was and still is the baseball field. And at that time, as she came towards the baseball field, she saw what she thought at first was a man, just a dark silhouette, standing about 7 feet tall, she said. And she just froze, not knowing what exactly she was looking at the time. Then, as she stood there, it turned around and looked at her, and she experienced its glowing red eyes. This is according to the witness report. Then, at some point, this is about 15 seconds in, she said, this creature unfurled its wings, and she felt that, you know, the wingspan was about 10 feet. And she said the wings like went up above the shoulders of this creature about 1.5 feet. And then she saw it jet into the trees and disappear. So we'll just walk a little bit longer around this area to try to imagine what that might have been like and to get a sense of the environment. Here's the baseball field there. Basketball courts down there. You can see silhouettes of players. And then the trees here lining this whole area. And some of the foliage is quite thick right now, but you have to remember this report came from April. So we have to realize that it wouldn't be as thick as it is right now. I mean, I'm unsure. I was here in April, and I'm unsure if, you know, I don't think the trees really had their leaves, or they're just beginning to bud. And maybe the buds were starting to open, so it wouldn't be as wooded as it is now. So I'm trying to imagine, you know, how she could have lost sight of it. Oh, hey, Mark Kessler. Maybe you should draw a picture of this, of the Mothman in Chicago. I would totally love that. I would dig it. I would send it everywhere. I would put it on the Milwaukee Paranormal Conference page. Definitely would. Anyway, so let's just pan through again, give you a sense for the environment where this first Mothman sighting of, you know, what has become a flap took place in April of this year, 2017. Witness said that she saw the 7-foot man, or what she thought was a man, and until the wings unfurled, and it turned around and looked at her with red glowing eyes and leapt into the air, into the trees, or above the trees, and then disappeared. But remember, at that time, the trees would have been just budding because it was early April. So very peculiar report. Some say there's a perhaps the flap that's going on in Chicago has to do with a documentary, a Mothman documentary that's about to come out. So there's a possibility that it could be some kind of guerrilla marketing campaign. So let's keep that in mind. But anyway, I just wanted to see what the site looked like of that first Mothman sighting, and I thought you would too, because when you read the accounts online, you really don't maybe get a feel for what it's like to be in the actual environment. Any questions?
Antonio says you never rest.
Well, I do actually, but yeah, I really love this stuff, so I gotta keep searching for the truth. Any other questions or comments? All right, thank you for joining me. I will do my best to take you on more haunted road trips as ideas come into my head. So if there is any place in the Midwest that you'd like me to visit, be sure to let me know. I do have a YouTube channel as well, and you can also find more about me at MilwaukeeGhosts.com. And remember, that's ghost plural, because we only had one ghost in Milwaukee. I wouldn't have much to talk about now, would I? Thank you so much, and have a great night.